everyone, so today's video is going to be a bit of a comparison video. I recently picked up the Real Techniques sponges and I'm really interested to see if they're better than my eBay sponges. So before we get into this video, if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure you do before you leave and we'll jump on in and get started. So I've never really wanted to ever pick these up because they're quite expensive. This pack is usually about, I think, $25. I got it for, I think, 17, so I thought, oh, it's still not that cheap, but I'll pick it up anyway because I really wanted to compare it to my eBay sponges. So my eBay sponges, on the other hand, these cost me about $2 a piece, and I've been using them ever since I've discovered them because they're actually pretty good, but at the same time, I've never tried a Real Technique, so I wouldn't know if these are better. That's what this video is for. So basically, these are called Miracle Complexion Sponges. Well, I would hope that they would give me a miracle complexion for that price. Revolutionary foam technology, ideal for liquid foundations, replace every 1 to 3 months. It's quite expensive if you're replacing this monthly. They don't feel much different. Alright, well, I'm going to go and dampen both of these and then we will see what the size is like after dampening it. Okay, so this is them wet. They're both almost the same size. You can see that the Real Techniques one has a proper angle, whereas the eBay one's cut slightly weird. It's kind of almost cut straight, if that makes sense. So the shape is slightly off, but so far the texture and the feel of them doesn't feel much different. The only thing I can say is when I wet this for the first time, it ran just clear water. When I wet this for the first time, the water was kind of like foamy. So that would be the only difference so far. And obviously the shape. Now let's see comparison of size before you dampen them. Don't mind this gross, yucky one, but that is the comparison of the eBay ones. That shape looks a bit better, doesn't it? So with the eBay ones, obviously, some of them you're going to get a good shape, some of them you're going to get a weird shape, but it's eBay, so that happens. I'm not really concerned with the shape of it as long as it does the same thing as, you know, all of the other ones do. So, yacht. So that is the difference in size there. I'll just grab the other Real Techniques one. And that is the difference in size as well. So basically, they end up being the same. So neither one is bigger or smaller, they're both about the same. So neither one gets bigger than the other, they're both the same size. They both feel the same, like, material. I guess we're just going to have to find out how they apply with on my face. But yeah, so the only difference so far is that this one, when dampened, ran clear water, this one ran foamy water. I'm not sure what the difference is, like what that's for, but I know this one, when I first started using it, did run foamy water. Let's jump on in and give them a go. So I'm going to be using the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation today, and obviously the primer as well. Alright, so we're going to start off with my eBay sponge because that's what I'm used to. So I'm going to do this side with my eBay sponge, and then this side with my Real Techniques sponge. I'm just going to grab my Fenty foundation. Just do some dots around my face. And we're jumping in with this sponge. Alright, so that is one coat. Let's go on to the other side. I always hate dirtying new sponges. Alright, so we'll try and do the same amount of dots. So 1, and we'll jump in with this one. Doesn't feel any different on my face. Alrighty, now that is one layer on both sides. Just trying to compare how much product they've picked up. You can see that. I think they've probably picked up just as much product as each other. This one looks like it's got a bit more here, but this one, obviously being a dark colour, you can't quite see, but it's picked it up there. So I would say that's exactly the same like with product pickup. Obviously the proper shape is easier to use and get into all of these spots than what the weird shape is. And obviously that is a bit bigger as well. If you can see that, the actual edge of it is a bit bigger, which makes it a bit easier as well. Alright, so I'm going to put another layer on and we'll see what happens with that. Now to the other side. So once again, I've looked at it. Neither one seems to have picked up more than the other. It's about, 50-50 with pickup. They're pretty much the same with that as well. The only thing I can say about putting these on my face is that this one feels a bit better on my face. But is that worth the, exorbitant price tag or not? Let's put on some concealer now and we'll see how it blends out the concealer and if it picks up too much of that or not. So I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Neutral. Okay, and then onto the other side. I was trying to use the sunlight while I had it, but apparently it's decided to go behind the clouds. So once again, looking at the two, they don't seem to be... This one might look like it's got a bit more surface. On the surface of the sponge it's got a lot more product, but as you can see there's no like real deep amounts of product in there, whereas this one doesn't look like it's on the surface that much, but it's got this deep section of product. So I would say that they're probably the same with picking up the product. They feel the same material, like they don't feel any different to each other. Obviously the shape's better on this one, which is obviously easier to use on your face. This feels a little bit better on your face, but I wouldn't say that that makes it worth the high price tag. I do like it though. I'm not going to say that I don't, because I do. Alright, well, this one is a toughie because I do really like both. I mean, if you don't have to worry about the money that you spend on a sponge, sure, go for this. But in my opinion, this is just as good. And this is from eBay. These are about $2 from eBay, and this is about $15 to $20 each, depending if you get it on sale or not. But yeah, so I would say if you're on a budget and you don't really want to spend that much on this one, just go for an eBay one. They're just as good. There's not much difference really, if any. I don't feel any different. They didn't perform any different. I would just say save your money and get an eBay one. I will link the eBay ones that I bought down below, because yeah, I'll be buying more, because I'm not going to go and, obviously I'm going to use these ones now, but I'm not going to go and buy any more of these ones because they're not worth money. I would rather spend $2 on this and get probably about 5 to 7 for the same price as, actually I'd get more than that. I'd get like 5 to 10 of these for the same price as one of these, so I would rather do that. Also, considering that this says to last 1 to 3 months, obviously these would be they'd be the same, they'd last the same. I'd feel a little bad about throwing this out every month, especially being the price that it is, whereas if I was throwing this out every month, I wouldn't bother, I wouldn't worry because it's only $2. But yeah, so in my opinion, I would rather be just buying these. It's just a sponge, right? It does the same thing, doesn't feel any different, does exactly what you want. So what's the point in spending 5 times as much as this, you know? I will link the eBay ones down below that I'd purchase. If you have any video suggestions that you'd like to see, then please comment them down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.